Hey, it's Kaylee here with CurveFit Academy, and today I'm doing my first long form video. We're going to be talking about nutrient density, energy density, what do they mean, what's the difference, and how can we optimize them for fat loss. So if that's something that interests you, please keep watching. Like I said, today is my first long form video, so please be patient with me while I figure out what setup works, what methods of educating work, and altogether what topics interest you guys. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. So let's get started. First of all, let's talk about the definitions of energy density and nutrient density, as these two terms are sometimes used interchangeably, which should not happen because they mean two completely different things. Energy density refers to the amount of calories in a unit volume of a food. So for example, how many calories something has per gram. If it has higher calories per gram, it's going to be more energy dense than if it has lower calories per gram. So we can think of that as like the caloric value. Nutrient density is how much micronutrients a item of food has per unit volume, as in a gram. So we think about what foods are healthy for us. Fruits and vegetables, right? Why are they healthy for us? Because they have a lot of vitamins and minerals. These are the micronutrients that we're talking about. So as you can see, energy density and nutrient density both operate on a scale. Some things are going to be lower nutrient density or higher nutrient density, and the same goes for energy density. So let's go over what foods fall where in this little matrix guy I have here. Now, let's start off with foods that are high in energy, so high calorie, and also high in nutrients, high micronutrients. For example, salmon. It's a high fatty fish with lots of great omega-3s, etc., that are healthy for us. Avocado, nuts and seeds, and some oils like olive oil, sunflower oil, etc. All of these foods are high in calories, but that doesn't mean they're unhealthy. In fact, they're very healthy for us in terms of nutrient density. Then we have foods that are high in energy density, so high calorically, but low in nutrients. So those are foods like fried foods, baked goods, some processed meats that aren't really high protein, and chips and candy. Obviously, we know that these things can have higher calories, but they're not necessarily the healthiest foods for us, right? So we know that they have high energy and low nutrients. Now there's foods that are low calorie, low energy dense, but high nutrients. So fruits and vegetables, like we mentioned, lean meats that have lower fat, higher protein, and non-fatty fish like cod or some other fishes as well. These are all great healthy foods that are also awesome because they're low calorie. We can eat a lot of them without necessarily having to worry too much. And then this is something that I did not include in my Instagram post, but I wanted to throw it in there because technically they do exist. Foods that are low in calories and low in nutrients. So like diet soda, for example, doesn't have any calories, but it's not like it's the healthiest thing in the world for you, right? Gum, there's some low calorie foods that are really processed that don't really have a lot of vitamins and minerals. However, they are low calories, so we consume them. This isn't to say they're good or bad, it's just to say that they exist. Okay, now that we've talked about what foods are high in energy, low in nutrients, and vice versa, let's talk about how we can optimize this knowledge for our goals, whether that is muscle gain, fat loss, or anywhere in between. So we know that for weight loss, for example, it's all about calories in, has to be smaller. Oh, I didn't leave myself enough room there. Then the calories out. And this will equal weight loss, right? We want to burn more calories than we're intaking through our BMR, our exercise, and etc. So on this matrix here, our low calorie foods are going to be the ones that are less energy dense, right? So we have fruits, vegetables, lean meats, non-fatty fish. Those are all great. We can focus on those foods more and also incorporate some higher energy dense foods sometimes. Obviously, we don't want to cut all these things out because they're great for us, right? They have good micronutrients. We don't want to just focus on this box right here. Drinking diet soda all the time, eating gum, that's some things that I used to do when I was crash dieting, and that's not the way to go, I could tell you that. So if we focus more on these foods and still include some of these foods, we will be able, more likely, to achieve our weight loss goals. Now, if we were to flip that on its head and go for weight gain, that would mean our calories in need to be bigger than our calories out, and that will lead to weight gain. Now, obviously, we could talk about muscle gain, that specifically, but that's a little bit more complicated and not what I want to get into in this video. So for weight gain, we want more calories than we're burning. So we're going to focus on the top part of this table, right? We want things that are higher in calories, but also are healthy for us, right? Like high-fat fish, avocados, nuts and seeds, oils, etc. And of course, you can, if you want to, focus mostly on this part of the table with fried foods and blah, 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 but we know that that will not likely be very healthy, right? We're still trying to achieve all of our micronutrients that we need in our day-to-day lives. So that is one way that we could use this in terms of our weight loss or weight gain goals to create some balance, because if you're focusing on, if it fits your macros, for example, the whole thing is with if it fits your macros is if it fits within your calories, protein, and fat goals for the day, you are fine. So obviously you can make any of these foods or any of these foods fit if you want to. But we know at the end of the day, we still need vitamins and minerals and fiber and water, for example, to be overall healthy and just feel good. With this knowledge, you can use this to achieve your goals, whether that be loss or gain, and have room for treats as well. I'm not saying that you have to cut all of these out of your diet. That's not what I'm trying to get at all. However, if we use our knowledge of lower caloric density versus higher caloric density to our benefit, we can achieve our goals while still having the things that we love, right? So hopefully I've been able to impart some sort of knowledge on this kind of complex topic. I would love to hear any other questions that you have in the comments below, and tell me what you think. If you have other ideas for topics you'd like me to cover, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your patience today as I'm embarking on this new type of video form, and I hope you all have a great one. See you next time.